Peace, love, and light, guys. This is AHM Essentials, and we're going to show you guys today how to make a cold process oven process soap. Okay, so for this recipe, you will need distilled water, sodium hydroxide, olive oil, coconut oil, castor oil, as well as cocoa butter or any other butter that you may like. Some people like mango and some people like shea butter, and whatever fragrance oil you want. I like to use all natural and organic ingredients, so I do pure essential oils only. Okay, so in this mixture, I have my olive oil, 40.6 ounces, my coconut oil, 16.3 ounces, and my castor oil, 8.1 ounce. And over here, I have my distilled water at 13.5 ounces and my sodium hydroxide at 9 ounces. Okay, so for the super fat, what I did was, this is my lavender and rosemary. So today we're doing a lavender and rosemary soap, as well as a tea tree and eucalyptus soap. Okay, so for the fragrance, you could do 1.5 ounces or to your liking, as well as for the cocoa butter, I used 1 ounce, and that's about 5% super fat. Okay, and it adds moisture to your soap. Okay, so let's get into the next steps. Okay, so make sure that you're in a well-ventilated area when you're messing with sodium hydroxide, and once you make it have a chemical reaction with your water. So make sure you have windows open, or at least a door open, which is what we have. So now we're going to pour our sodium hydroxide into our water. It's going to make it very smoky, and you're going to want to mix it until it comes from cloudy to clear. Never pour water into sodium hydroxide. Always pour sodium hydroxide into your water. Okay, so you do that and you mix. And as some of you may see, you will see it's looking cloudy, and I don't know if you guys can tell, it is very smoky. So the key thing to do is to not let the smoke get into your nostrils, and to keep on mixing until the water becomes from cloudy to clear. Okay, and as you mix the mixture, the smoking should subside, and you should notice that the mixture becomes a little bit more clear from what it was before. So you just mix it like normal, and you just keep on mixing it until it, like I said, until it becomes a little bit more clear. Okay, and once you get it well mixed, then you will add the solution to your oil mixture. And be sure to have some sort of vinegar around just in case to help subside the lye. Now we're going to mix the mixture with the lye in it. As you see, I didn't melt my butters and oil because the lye mixture gets really hot and it will start to melt it on its own. So you want to bend it. You don't want to do like this. You want to just bend it a little bit. You want to just rev it up a little bit, and then start with the mixture. And I'm going to pause the video for the video don't be so loud, and I'll show you guys once it starts to get to trace. Okay, so as you can see, it melted the coconut oil that I had in there, but this is still not trace, because with trace, you would put it in there like that and you will still see some sort of formation. So we're going to continue mixing until we get it to trace. Okay, so we got it to trace, and as you see, our mixture is thick. So now this is the perfect time for you to add your super butters and your fragrance oils. Be sure once you put it in the mold, you pat down the actual mold to ensure that the bubbles come from the bottom up to the top. And this is what happens when you put it in the mold. I took my time and it got really, really thick. I wish I would have let it do it when it was a little bit looser, then my design could have came out just a tad bit better. So again, this is the lavender and rosemary. And we also have the eucalyptus and the tea tree. And we're going to show you guys how to put it in the oven and what to do from there. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like after 10 minutes of being in the oven. I did 5 minutes one side and then I rotated it and did 5 minutes on another side. So as you see, it has not gone through the gel stage yet. So I will put it back in the oven and I will do an actual another 10 minutes and I will show you guys how it look after that. So this is how it looks after an extra 5 minutes. We're gonna put it back in the oven for another 5 minutes and continue going. If your soap starts to bubble, just turn off the heat and continue leaving it in there in the warm, and it will still heat up your soap. As you guys can see, it still isn't gelled. I believe my oven probably is really low, so I'm gonna cut my oven back on just for 5 minutes and then I will stick it back in. As you can see guys, it is definitely starting to gel. I hope you guys can see that pretty good. So what I had to do is I had to cut my oven back on to 170 and I just left it in for 5 minutes and I actually had to cut it off again. Okay, so I just cut it off. I'm gonna put this back in because it is starting to gel, but we want to ensure that it's starting to gel not just from the top but also from the bottom. So I will do probably another 10 minutes and we'll see how it looks after that. Okay, so yes, it is starting to gel now. And that's what you're looking for, the gel stage, because once it's at the gel stage, then it's reached its peak. Okay guys, that was another 10 minutes. And as you can see, the difference from how it looked before, it looks a whole lot gelled. It looks like it went through its, everything looks, I'm just checking, sorry guys. Okay, everything looks gelled to me, but I already have my oven off and I will just do another 5 minutes for courtesy. And I'm just gonna let it sit for another 5 minutes and then we'll see how it looks from there. And then if most of you guys, if your soaps already look at the gel stage, you can already take it out and just wait 24 hours before you cut it. And sometimes, if depending on how much super fat you put in there, if you did a little bit higher than what I did, you might have to wait a little bit over 24 because sometimes the soaps can still be soft. Okay, and that's totally fine if it's like that. So just make sure that you keep your oven on the lowest setting. The lowest setting that my oven had was 170, and once you keep it on the lowest setting, you just periodically check on it to make sure that it gets to the gel stage. And once it gets to the gel stage, then you're finished. You take your soap out and you can cut it within 24 to 48 hours. Okay, so mine has completely gone through the gel stage. So when I actually cut it, I will post the pictures on my page. Again, peace, love, and light, guys. Thank you for tuning in to AHM Essentials, and this soap will be available to purchase. So we did a lavender and rosemary, and it smells so delightful, guys. And that's going to be really good. So if some people may have been feeling stressed, if some people may have been feeling like they need to just cleanse their body and cleanse it really good, rosemary and lavender is really good for that. And we also have our tea tree and eucalyptus. Eucalyptus have a way of making you feel exhilarating. Eucalyptus have a way, and tea tree also, they have a way of opening up your sinus cavities. It has a way of opening up that respiratory system, especially since we are in the winter months now. Okay, so please just contact us at ahmessentials@gmail.com if you would like to get some soaps, and I will show you guys the cutting of it 2 days from now.